Right, so this is the bit where I'm meant to embarrass Mark and tell you a bit about him, what we've learned over the years. I think I'll start with the other night when Mark's had a bit of a thing. Every now and again he'll just go on a little mad wander. So he decided that he'd have a few beers and he'd just have a little kip somewhere. We're in the process of this little nap. It was on a sun lounger, in Mexico, in a resort like this, and he's got two great big double beds. But so in the process, Maria decided to call hotel security. There was helicopters out, there was the Coast Guard, the police. Everybody was out looking for Mark. And he just turned up like, yeah, well, found him on the sun lounger. But that's happened in the past before as well. There was one time Maria rang me, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I woke Michaela up and we jumped in the car, we went and picked Maria up, and I went searching all over Norton looking for Mark. I was looking in shop doorways, alleyways, because he will sleep anywhere. Wheelie bins, you name it, I looked in there. Only for us all to get back to the house, still unable to find Mark, and there he was. What? Oh yeah, you alright? All like chilled out. I just had a little kip in the bus stop, but in the process he lost his hearing aid. And if there's one man who could be lucky enough to find a little hearing, now I'm talking the thing was the size of a pea. He remembered this bus stop and he refound it. But you know, that's the kind of luck he has, like that.
Daddy! Daddy!
So. Have you rambled on that much? I've lost where I'm at. 2 seconds. So, the thing is, if you go out for a drink with Mark, you've got to remember this one thing. You think he's a lovely, shy, family guy. And he is, but you remember the movie Gremlins? He has this, like, there's a Mogwai in Gremlins and it's this little cute, fluffy teddy thing. And you think it's brilliant, but on the turn of midnight, you could be in for a disaster, and it should come with a health warning sometimes. It hasn't happened often, so don't all get a bad impression of him. You know, just every now and again. So I'll give you this advice: don't feed him after midnight, because you'll end up having to walk home, because like just waste all your money. Don't expose him to anyone with a funny haircut, like especially a man. And I just hope mullets don't make him come back, because like Mark turns into something like a scarecrow and starts going to everybody with a funny haircut. And please don't leave him unattended without a return to sender sticker, because like I'm getting old now and mooching about for him, getting a bit past me. But most of all, he is a great friend. You know, we've been friends a long time, probably 30 years or something, you know. We come right through nursery and everything together. Right? We're not that old, Martin. But we come right through nursery together. And there was one time when we were younger, there was a group of people picking on us. Me and Mark being Crockett and Tubbs, we decided we're not going to have this. So we soon dealt with the situation, ended in a result of trip to the headmaster's office and that. And these kids are older than us, by the way, you know, so we don't mess about. And then we've gone through life, all of life together, colleges, schools, and we've grown up, we've got motorbikes and become weekend GP riders. Mark's always been a keen person in the gym, and there was once I goes around his house and Mark said, "Oh, he's just upstairs, Ben, do you want a cup of tea?" I was like, "Nah, you're all right." So I walks in the room, and you remember when them electric things were all the rage and they made you like do all this and tone your muscles, you know, get fit in 2 hours. I walked in the bedroom and there's Mark with this on it and he's going, bam, bam, bam. And I was like, "What you doing?" He's like, "Oh, oh," like, you know, like as if he was totally naked. What's the matter? Just go and see Mummy. Go and see Mummy. I'll be finished in a minute. So then we've done the lads' holidays, and Mark, he's a big lad, and there was one time this like weird creature got inside of his shoe, and he went to put his shoe on, and this weird creature attacked Mark, and he brought out his best Bruce Lee moves. Unfortunately, the tiny moth escaped unharmed, you know. So what can I say? He's a good guy, isn't he, you know? Ultimately, Mark will be a good friend to you no matter what happens, like in the good times, the bad times, and and sometimes he's stupid. He'll always support you. He's got one of them positive attitudes that he'll always support you no matter what you're doing, and he's good that. He's been good to me over the years. And then we got on to fatherhood. You know, he's a great father. He's got 2 beautiful girls, Alexi and Sienna. And the night Alexi was born, Mark gave me a ring and said, "Do you fancy popping round?" So I was like, "Yeah, pop round." So we had a couple of beers and got a big feasting and a takeaway. For dessert, we had a box of Maria's personal favourites, Maltesers. And he's chatting away, and I've known him, as long as I've known him, I've never heard the guy talk so much. I was totally blown away. Maria messaged me in the process, "How is he? Is he all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's great. We're just having a few beers and a big takeaway and that. We're having a right laugh." I don't think it went down too well, did it, Maria? You know, yeah, she had a nice warm glass of water in the labour ward, you know. But it was tough on Mark as well, labour, you know. It's tough on us men. But we've been there for each other many times, and Mark rang me another time. They're a strange couple, these two. I mean, 8 months pregnant, Maria and Mark decided to do some house renovations. Now, Maria's like this. She's like, whoa. So they decided to move this great big wardrobe out of the bedroom. I don't know where it come from, and I'm just sat at home chilling, and I get a phone call. "Can you come round quick?" "Yeah, I'll be there in about 10 minutes. "No, I need you to come now." So I was like, "All right, what's up?" He said, "Just come now." So I shoots round, and then I opens the front door. There's Mark and Maria. Like I say, she's 8 months pregnant, stood on the stairs with this great big wardrobe holding it, and I'm like, "What are you playing at?" You know. But that's what they're like. They're just an odd couple. Like Anthony said, they're just right for each other. You know. I've been around Mark's a lot, and some days I'll be around there and he'd be like, "Do you want a drink?" I'm like, "I'll just have a juice." Just get yourself one. So I go to the fridge and I'll be looking on the fridge and it'd be like, "To my darling ray of sunshine." And I'd be like, "Oh my God." "To my smoochy moochie, love you all the world." And I'm like, seriously, is this the guy I've grown up with? You know what I mean? But that's just the way he is. He's got a lovely heart, you know, he's a top man. And when he asked me to be his best man, I was honoured. I really was. Because he could have chose multiple people, but it's like this. You've either got it or you haven't got it. And clearly, I've got it. So, I think I've spoken enough now. So do you reckon we should all make a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Gowland? Mr. and Mrs. Gowland.
Cheers. Cheers.
That's all, folks.